Most people trying to lose fat are breaking diet rules they never even knew existed. Not the rules you've heard of 1,000 times, like eat less and move more. I'm talking about the real rules, the ones that decide whether your body burns the fat off or locks it away. Over the past 15 years, I've guided tens of thousands of people through fat loss challenges, and the ones who finally break through are almost always the ones who stopped following the wrong rules and started following these instead. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 diet rules that actually decide whether you burn fat or store it, why each one works with the science to back it up, and exactly how to put each rule into action. So to start, I'm going to show you why eating less doesn't get the fat off and what rule you need to follow instead. Here's the truth almost no one tells you. You don't lose weight to get healthy. You get healthy to lose weight. That's not a play on words. It's the whole reason you've been stuck, because the weight was never really the problem. It's a symptom. The real problem is that your body has become so unhealthy that it has lost its ability to burn fat. And until you fix that, eating less just leaves you hungry while the fat stays right where it is. That ability to burn fat got shut down by years of processed food, sugars, and junk. And the damage is happening in 2 places at once. The first is in your liver, which is your body's main fat burning organ. It's also the organ that has to filter out everything toxic that you eat. So when you bury it under processed foods and chemicals, it gets stuck dealing with that mess instead of doing its real job of burning fat. The second is a hormone called insulin. Every time you eat sugar or processed carbs, your body releases insulin, and insulin's job is to take that sugar and store it as fat. A little now and then is normal, but when you're eating sugar all day, every day for years, your insulin is high almost constantly. And yes, way more of us are eating too many sugar spiking foods all day than we even realize. And when insulin is always high, your body stops listening to it. The same way you stop hearing a noise that never turns off. So your body just pumps out more and more, trying to be heard, and that flood of insulin keeps you locked in fat storage mode where your body refuses to release any fat at all. That's why just eating less doesn't work. The problem was never how much you were eating, it's that your body is stuck storing fat and can't burn it. So the fix isn't just less food. It's getting your body healthy enough to burn fat again, clearing out your liver and getting your body sensitive to insulin again. Let me show you exactly how to do it. The first thing is to stop feeding your body the stuff causing both of those problems. That means cutting out refined sugar and carbs that turn to sugar fast. Soda, candy, bread, pasta, cereal, baked goods. It means cutting seed oils like canola and soybean and vegetable oil, which hide in nearly everything fried or packaged. It means dropping artificial ingredients, the dyes, the chemical sweeteners, the preservatives packed into processed foods. And it means getting off the chemically loaded meats like hot dogs and bacon and deli meat. Now, cutting that stuff stops the damage, but stopping the damage isn't the same as healing. You also have to give your body the foods that rebuild it. And there are 3 that you want at the center of your plate. The first is vegetables. They're loaded with fiber, which slows down how fast food turns into sugar. So instead of spiking, your insulin stays low and steady, which is exactly what it needs to calm back down and start working right again. On top of that, vegetables can carry the nutrients that your liver uses to clear out everything that's been clogging it. So you're unburdening the organ that burns your fat. The second is healthy fats, things like avocado, olive oil, nuts. Fat is one food that barely raises your insulin at all. So when you build your meals with it, your insulin stays down and your body can finally drop out of storage mode. It also keeps you full and satisfied. So you're not snacking every couple hours and spiking your insulin all over again. The third is clean protein, grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chicken and eggs, wild-caught fish. Protein keeps your insulin low and steady like fat does, but it's also the raw material your body uses to repair and rebuild itself as it heals. This is exactly what I do with my lifestyle members. They start by cutting out everything that's spiking their insulin and clogging their liver so their body can start responding to insulin and burning fat again. And once their body has recovered, they loosen up to a more permissive way of eating and keep right on losing weight from there. Because once your liver is doing its job and your body responds to insulin again, the fat starts coming off on its own. So the rule is simple. Don't eat to lose weight. Eat to get healthy and the weight follows. Let's go to rule number 2. I'm going to show you why counting calories has been keeping you fat and what to do instead. I know it sounds backwards. For your whole life, you've been told fat loss comes down to numbers. Count your calories, hit your macros, stay in a deficit. But that advice has been working against you this whole time. It's because the numbers were never the thing that mattered. You can hit a perfect calorie count and still be feeding your body complete garbage. And garbage keeps you fat no matter what math says. What actually determines whether you lose weight isn't how much you eat. It's the quality of what you eat. And there's a famous study that proves it. A few years back, Stanford ran one of the biggest diet studies they'd ever done. Over 600 people for a full year. And they told every single person the same thing. Don't count a single calorie. Just eat real quality food and eat until you're full. A year later, everyone had lost weight without tracking a thing. So why does quality work when counting doesn't? There are two reasons. The first is that your body isn't actually counting calories. It's hunting for nutrients. Every time you eat, your body's just looking for vitamins and minerals and protein and fiber, the raw materials that it needs to run on, and it will keep making you hungry until it gets them. That's the problem with processed food. It's packed with calories, but almost none of those have nutrients. So you eat a whole bag of chips, you take in 100 calories, and your body still feels hungry because it never got what it actually is looking for. So then you eat more. That's how you overeat without even realizing it. Meanwhile, real food does the exact opposite. It's loaded with the nutrients that your body is searching for. So when you eat it, your body quickly gets what it needs, flips the hunger switch off, and then you naturally stop eating sooner and on fewer calories without any willpower at all. And this isn't a small effect. In one study, people eating processed food ate over 500 extra calories a day compared to when they ate whole food without trying to and without even noticing. That's how powerful this is. Now, maybe you're thinking a calorie is still a calorie, that if you just eat fewer of them, it has to work. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Here's why. Your body has to burn energy just to digest your food, and whole food takes real work to break down. Your body has to chew it and break it apart and process it. But processed food has already been broken down for you in a factory. So you burn almost double the calories digesting real food versus processed food. That means 200 calories of real food and 200 calories of chips do not hit your body the same way. The chips dump far more fat-storing calories into you. Now, maybe you think you're perfectly counting every calorie, so this isn't the problem. If that's the case, I have more bad news for you. The FDA legally allows food labels to be off by up to 20%, and they're more lenient about undercounting calories than overcounting calories. So a snack that says 100 calories can legally have 120. Stack that up across everything you eat, and if you're carefully tracking 1,500 calories a day, you could actually be eating closer to 1,800 with no idea that you're even doing it. Also, remember what I just showed you in the last rule? Processed food spikes the insulin that locks fat into your body and clogs the liver that it's supposed to burn. That's why you can eat hardly any calories and still stay fat if the quality is wrong. So the quality of your food matters far more than the count on the label, which raises the question, what does eating for quality actually look like? It starts right where the last rule left off. While you're repairing your body, you eat clean, whole foods like I just showed you. The healthy fats, the clean protein, the vegetables. That's the quality that heals your body and gets fat moving again. Here's the part that trips people up. Once your body is healed and you move into a more normal way of eating, you start adding some foods back in, many of which come in a package. And that's okay. But this is exactly where quality slips because a package can look perfectly healthy while being loaded with the very ingredients working against you. A good way to think about it is this. The front of the package is the marketing. The ingredient list is the truth. So when you start eating packaged food, ignore the front, flip it over, and go straight to read the ingredients. A short list of things that you actually recognize probably means it's okay to eat. A long list of full words you can't pronounce means put it back. That one habit alone will keep most of the junk out of your cart. And that's the whole second rule. Stop counting calories and start choosing quality food by focusing on the ingredient labels. Do that and your body finally gets the nutrients it's been looking for, so you land in a natural deficit without even trying. Now, before we move on to the final and most important rule, let me give you something that makes all this way easier. Reading the ingredient list on everything you buy is a pain. There are over 11,000 different food ingredients out there. Most people have no idea what half of them mean. So I did the hard part for you. I went through all 11,000 of them, figured out which ones work against you and your body and which ones actually support fat loss, and built them into one simple app. It's It's completely free, iPhone, Android. Once you download it, you can walk into any store, pick up anything off the shelf. You can scan the barcode. Also comes with an ingredient scanner. It'll literally read the ingredients for you. It'll instantly tell you whether that food is going to help you hit your goals or hold you back. And even whether it's fit for the challenge phase of challenging your body to shed that extra weight, or for your long-term lifestyle where you add more foods back in and it's more permissive, as we talked about earlier. I will put a link to download it in the description. Use it the next time you're at the store and let it do the thinking for you and start understanding what true quality is. Let's go to the final and third rule. So now you've got the two that get the fat off. But this last one is the rule that decides whether it stays off. And it's the reason most people fail, even when they know exactly what to eat. Because the thing that makes people quit was never the food, and it was never the willpower. It's a single moment that hits everyone trying to lose weight. And here's how it usually plays out. You start strong on Monday, you're doing everything right, and then you eat something you swore you wouldn't. And all of a sudden, a switch flips in your head, and you think, well, I've blown it now. So the rest of the day goes out the window, then the rest of the week. And sometimes it can derail your efforts at fat loss entirely. So here's the rule that fixes it. Progress, not perfection. You don't change everything all at once. That's a mistake almost everyone makes. You wake up Monday and you try to overhaul your entire life in a single day. Throw out every food in the house, fix every habit, do it all perfectly starting right now. And it feels great for about 3 days. Then real life hits, you can't keep up with it, and the whole thing collapses. So instead of trying to get 100% better today, you just get 1% better than you were yesterday. One small change at a time. Tonight, you swap the bread for the vegetables. Next time you shop, you replace the bad oil with the good one. The next day, you find one more thing to improve. That's it. One better choice at a time. 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%. And this is exactly how you get into the healing phase from the first rule. Because when I told you to cut all that food out, part of you probably thought, there's no way I can do all that at once. And you're right. You don't want to do it all at once. And you're not supposed to. Instead, you 1% your way in. Swap one food this week, a couple more the next, and little by little, the junk is gone and the healing foods have taken its place. Now here's the other half of progress over perfection. And it's just as important. You're going to have the birthday cake. You're going to have the holiday dinner. You're going to have the night out with your friends. That's part of trying to lose weight. The same way scuffing your knee is part of learning to ride a bike. Nobody learns without failing a few times. So when it happens, and it does because it's called life, you don't beat yourself up. You don't quit. You just eat clean the next meal and respond, and you're right back on track. So you can have one bad moment or one intentional bad meal, just don't have 2 in a row. Finally, if you remember one thing from this whole video, make it this. When you start, you're not going to see much. Scale barely moves, but under the surface, everything is changing. Your insulin is coming down. Your liver is clearing out. Your body is starting to unlock the fat it's been hoarding for years. Every 1% choice is an investment your body just hasn't paid back yet. And then one day, it does. All at once. The weight that wouldn't budge starts coming off, and it looks like it happened overnight, but it didn't. It was the 100 small choices that nobody saw you make. 1% improvement for 1 year straight leaves you 37 times better when it comes to your health. 37 times by just improving 1% each day. So don't try to be perfect. Repair your body, stick to quality food, and get just 1% better every single day. Forgive the mistakes. Be a human and let those good choices add up. Do that and you won't just lose fat. You'll finally keep it off for good. Now, while you're getting 1% better every day, here's something that's going to keep you motivated when the scale won't cooperate. Because like I said, your body starts burning fat long before the scale ever shows it. The problem is most people don't know what those early progress signs actually look like. So they miss it, or worse, they mistake it for something going wrong, and they quit right before the breakthrough. Fortunately, there are 15 real signs that your body is already burning fat, and a lot of them are so strange, you'd never connect them to fat loss on your own. I put all 15 of them together in another video. It's already been seen by over 1 million people, and it'll show you exactly what to look for so you know it's working even before the scale moves. I'll include a link to that here. Click to watch it next, and I'll see you there.